Hey Excalibur, do you know what this is? I do actually know that that's a glyph code you're using to lure me away from here, so I can't intervene with your video. How do you know that? Seriously man, what did you do? Well, I actually data mined the script, so I know all about you now. So, you know everything about this video now, don't you? Yeah, like the opening titles will be in 3, 2, 1. Data mining is a term I haven't seen in a long time. In fact, it's been so long I actually forgot what it meant. I had to be reminded before I finally figured out what it was. Now normally I want to make a video about something which is basically a tool for scientific research, which can and will be quite boring. But since at the moment everyone's going crazy about something that they say is data mining, I think it's time we look at the things as they really are and not make up discussions that lead us to nothing but drama. And god do I hate that. I mean seriously? 2 freaking weeks before TennoCon? Couldn't you have chosen a better time for this? I should be enjoying the hype, the happiness and the anticipation and not get bogged down in a community drama shit show. Now thank you. Also, this will be quite a serious video, because I want to make clear to you what's going on for as far as I can tell, and I will try to reference my statements as much as possible so you can track my steps along the way. Now if you don't know what's currently going on, consider yourself lucky, as it's internet drama at its finest again. So over the years, a player by the name of Fayyad has been extracting information from Warframe that the game did not provide anywhere else. Information like the drop tables and drop chances of specific items like relics. So not the drop tables on the relics, but the actual nodes where things like AXIV1 or LIV-B2 drop and what RNG chance they have to spawn. Information that's really handy if you're trying to get just a few relics for the final prime board you need. We all know digital extremes is not the best when it comes to distributing information about the game, which is why the wiki has been so hugely popular as more or less being copied into the game in the form of the codex. However, things got out of hand when parts of the script for the War Within were leaked, when prime mods were leaked, and when recently someone managed to obtain Excalibur Umber in Warframe itself, allegedly with the help of leaks. This made the decide it was enough with the leaking and they sent their legal team towards the 17-year-old Fayyad, who now found himself forced to remove his website and stop any and all future data mining activities, or he would be pursued in court. It all sounds pretty terrible and at first glance it really is, making a 17-year-old face educated and experienced lawyers if he doesn't conform to your demands. That doesn't sound like trying to find a decent way out of this. And if all of this was about data mining, I would probably care a bit more about what's currently going on. I probably would also be pleading that it's rather unfair. However, it seems data mining has been taken completely out of context and has been given a new meaning of its own. Wow, really? We've never seen that happen before, now have we? As cool and sensational as data mining may sound, going deep into tunnels with explosives, digging for data with a constant risk of being buried alive, because, you know, mining is the business, it's actually far different from what people expect it to be, and if you find out what it really is, this entire discussion about whether it's legal or not, whether DE should allow it or not, whether it's copyright or not, actually makes little to no sense at all. I've data mined before. I've done it several times. I was even instructed and told how to data mine. Not by a shady person in their basement, but back when I was in university. So was that an illegal activity? Let's look at the definition of data mining. Data mining is the automated or convenient extraction of patterns representing knowledge implicitly stored or captured in large databases. Now I know this may not make a lot of sense to you, especially since I've seen people throw around the definition numerous times as though that would directly justify their statements. So allow me to explain it to you with an example. When I was in university, we used data mining on Twitter for cases we were working on. This meant that we would, for example, go to Twitter, search for the hashtag Warframe and then select all the tweets from a certain time period. So let's say we take all the tweets with hashtag Warframe from the entire year of 2016. Now when you take all these tweets, you'll have a huge, fucking crazy big amount of data. Not only are they all individual tweets, but there's also data about who posted them, how many words have been used in these tweets, how many times specific words were used in all the tweets, how many followers you have, and there's literally so much data that mentioning everything you could find in that selected database would make up for the rest of that video, if not longer. What this all boils down to is that from the large database we have, we can look for the average number of followers that people have that tweeted with hashtag Warframe in 2016. The way you get to this information is called data mining, which can be done both manually or via the use of an algorithm. Keep in mind though that data mining will not bring you to any form of conclusion at all. It just gives you a number that you need to give meaning to in your research, hence it's a tool for research. Now let's take this back to Warframe. If I want to know the RNG from the sortie reward through data mining, I will let a number of people, preferably as much as possible, run sorties every single day. and I will store the data of their runs in one database. Then via the use of data mining I can calculate the drop chance from the numbers I accumulated over time. In fact, this is not an example, but it's actually been done before by Xenogalion, who wanted to data mine the drop chances of Ribbons by keeping track of the sortie rewards people received over a series of weeks. So, did Fayyad do data mining? No.
But how can you be certain of that? You've never spoken to him or seen him gather his data at all.
Well, there's one big giveaway that shows that we're not talking about data mining in all of the leaks. And that's that the RNG numbers are taken straight from the game. It's the exact number that's being given to the game to decide the RNG. Finding this exact number is practically impossible through the means of data mining. Because if I would have a group of 10 players that give me data, and the first day they all get river mods, my results will be that river mods drop 100% of the time. The next day they may have different results, making the percentage change again and again. Like so, you can never say the exact drop chance. Data mining is only used for two goals: verification and discovery, where discovery can also lead to prediction. Meaning I can use to test it whether the RNG actually works, or use it to predict whether I will have a high chance of getting a river mod. But I will never know, never ever ever, know the exact chance. This means that Fayyad is most likely access the source code, which to keep it simple is an encrypted message that's put on your computer to tell the game what drops where, what rewards to give you, and is not intended for anyone to read. It's basically a private communication between the developer and the game in which the game is being told what to do. Given that this data was encrypted, the only way to access it was to decrypt it, which all comes down to the essence of hacking. So do I think Fayyad is the bad guy here? No. The service that Fayyad has provided to the community has been tremendous. He filled in the gaps that DE fell short and provided us with information that should have been there from the start. However, things have come to a point where letting the hacking of the game continue may lead to severe consequences in the future, as people may grant themselves items in the game, breaking up the game's economy and ultimately breaking the game itself. I can understand that DE needed to act, and at the moment they are working on a way to implement a system that will allow us to access the same information about drops and drop chances, so that there's no longer a need for anyone to hack and the situation can be controlled to prevent the game from falling into chaos. Does that mean DE was right to send in their legal team? I can't answer that. Yes, Fayyad did break a few rules of the end user license agreement and the terms of service, as you can see in this brilliant forum post by Sinistrian, who explains it a lot better than I can, so if you are interested, definitely read up on that. However, the service he provided to the community and the idea alone that a 17-year-old kid is being faced by a legal team, it just doesn't sit right with me. It totally doesn't, so I'm not gonna answer it. With that out of the way, will anything change for me at all? No, I simply don't care about any of this. I only learned about everything that was posted on the site because I did my research for this video, but even so, I don't care. I just want to play Warframe and get hyped for TanoCon. I don't have time for this silly shit. Leave me alone!